If you're the only one doing work on your group project, telling the teacher is perfectly acceptable and you're not a snitch for doing so. Why are people so afraid to be labeled as a snitch when it comes to things like this? If your group is taking advantage of you, tell/email your teacher about it. Don't let people walk all over you and then walk out with a good grade when they didn't even do their part. When I was in school, I was always the one carrying the entire group on my shoulders even though we all had equal responsibility. I regret not snitching. Their grade should reflect on how much they're contributing to the project, not you. I did that after I was given a terrible grade for a group project where my assigned partner just sat on her thumbs. In the end, the teacher gave me the A I earned and the F my partner had earned. Depends imo. If you are the one because you take it away from others, refuse to work with them and then say it was all you, you're a dick and you should really stay silent. If you are the one because the others are just not doing anything, they are the dicks and feel free to take the well-earned attention. What's bullshit is that this one time in college, this one dude thought he did everything, but in reality he just criticized everything I did because he thought it wasn't good enough. I also had to translate everything he wrote into legible English because he was foreign. Told the professor behind my back that I did nothing. Of course, when I appealed to the professor, she was having none of it because I just came off as a slacker that was bitter for being outed. Didn't help that I looked like your stereotypical stoner. Fuck you, Pietro. I was going to make the dean's list that semester and you fucked it up for me. I had this happen in my master's program years ago. My teacher's response was basically that when we grew up and had jobs, we had to learn how to work with people in the real world, so we needed to figure it out. Never mind that we were all busy professionals and not children. I never told another teacher again. I just did my sections and turned in what I did. Agreed tbh. During a project I did for university which contributed to about 40% of our grade for that module, one of the members of the group did literally nothing. Another member of the group and I refused to allow him to sign the assignment, and he got no grade for it. The remainder of the team were super two-faced about it, agreeing with us and then running to him and siding with him. I have zero regrets. This reminds me of the first time I ever failed anything in school. TLDR, this dumb bitch in our group didn't do any work, and last minute she asked the professor for an extension behind our backs, and then submitted the worst essay I have seen in my entire life without me and my group's knowledge. We failed horribly. Okay, here's the story. In one of my university classes, we had to get in groups and write a group essay. WTF. I hate group work and essays, so this was my worst nightmare. The group was about 5 people IRC, some people I knew and they were good students, a few others I had never met. As a group we assigned ourselves different tasks. This one girl in our group went AWOL and the due date was coming up, so we just decided to do her part for her. This was a mistake. On the day it was due, she finally messaged us saying sorry for not doing my part blah blah blah. Then she says I spoke with the professor and got an extension for our essay. WTF. No one knew or agreed to this. But okay. Maybe she really did have a good reason. So we sent her the essay we completed and I was guessing she was just going to rewrite her assigned section. We waited for her to send us the new final copy so we could all review it together, but instead she messages us all done. I've submitted it to the professor. Again, what the actual fuck? I was hoping that regardless of whatever shit she included, we would still get a good grade because the essay we wrote originally was decent. But when the grades came back, we had failed miserably. I was shocked. As a group, we asked the professor if we could review our essay so we could understand what went wrong, and what I saw was appalling. That one girl in our group completely revised our original essay, adding her nonsense in our assigned sections. She added several pages of her nonsense, past the limit the professor said, and to top it all off, she didn't bother to change her font type or size. So you see the desecrated remains of our original essay in size 12 times New Roman and her shit in a completely different font and size. The submitted essay was an incoherent, heaping pile of shit. Not only was I embarrassed that this was submitted, but that our group had an extension granted just to submit this trash. We had to snitch. Obviously, but considering that it was already the end of the semester, and our group had an extension, the professor didn't allow us to submit our original essay. And we just had to take the fail grade we received. We could have filed a grade appeal, but it wasn't worth it for many reasons. I went to a university where the professors ask all the group members to email them what each person's role in project is and to review each other based on involvement. That usually forces everyone to participate. Most times I preferred to do the whole project. Not that others insisted on helping out, but if I had a problem with them not helping out, I'd let them know first before talking to the teachers. I've been on the other side of the coin where someone else decides to do everything and I offer help and they don't want it, and I wouldn't think that it would be cool for them to tell the teacher. I felt this post in my soul. My face is nice, my attitude is not. I will rat you out faster than you can send your excuses. It'll be a cold day in hell before I let a rando I don't care for mooch off my hard work. The leeches go in the bin. I've had labs where I've done the majority of the work and labs where it was vice versa. There are definitely some scumbags out there that plan from the onset not to contribute, but sometimes if someone takes the lead right away and starts doing everything well, other members start to feel in the way and back off. I've been the guy who has done this and the guy with a group member like this. I had one class where this guy was doing work way above what was expected of us as students at the time. I felt bad about not being able to contribute at that level, but at the same time that level of quality was not expected and I had other classes that needed a reasonable amount of attention. Fortunately, he was very aware of what he was doing and even wound up being a mentor of sorts. It's good to establish who will do what early and to have clear and reasonable expectations. Also, because some people need to hear it, setting up the title page and table of contents is hardly a contribution.